What's up, Starcraft fans? Today we're doing the tier list for Undermined on Rifts to Core Hall. Brian, let's hear the mutation.
Rifts to Core Hall is the map where we have to destroy 10 void shards before timer runs out. Each set of void shards we destroy adds time and reveals the next set. Void rifts spawn every 90 seconds. Each rift continuously sends enemies at us until destroyed, so we have to close them to prevent being flooded with enemies. 100 or so spider mines and widow mines are also pre-deployed all around the map.
Fantastic. So, Herman and Tutu are in the call with us today. How are you guys today?
Very good.
Very good. That's awesome. I'm only moderately good. So, Herman, how are we going to rank the commanders this week?
So obviously there is Void Rift, and Void Rift requires you to have the ability to control the map, but there is mines. So, for commanders that can clear the mines easily and can see the mines, will have a good time to clear the rift and push, just pushing. So I would say some commanders that are not really good at clear mines or see the mines, even though they are good against void rifts, they probably won't be in really high tier this week because I think mines have rifts have probability to just spawn right beside some mines, and you go there and you get shot by the mines.
Yes.
It's really annoying.
Yeah. So, how about you, Tutu?
Actually, I've played this a lot. I've played this mutation a lot, and the rifts do not spawn next to mines. They can spawn beyond the path of mines, so you might have to run past mines, but they will not spawn directly next to mines. So you can kind of guess where rifts are. I mean, where the mines are based on where the rifts spawn, because they will never spawn next to the mines. And also, once you clear the
mines
first rift, the area around the first rift, you don't actually have to clear. You don't even have to clear the second area. But many of the rifts will spawn in that area. So once you have control of that part, which is around 10 minutes, it's actually not that difficult.
Okay, let's begin then. Abathur, where do we have him?
Abathur is great against void rifts, but he's terrible against Minesweeper.
Terrible.
Because there's Minesweeper. He will take some time clearing stuff, and you can't really get a brutalist by 2 minutes. 2:20 if you don't know where the mines are,
and no one knows
and
where
there might be
are.
mines right in front of the first rift or first shard. So you can look on the ground to see where the mines are hidden, but if you get too close, you're gonna lose your drone. So the good thing is that if you manage to survive the early game, once you get brutalist, he's actually really good because you deep tunnel next to the rift, and as mentioned earlier, the rifts don't spawn next to mines. So once you have deep tunnel, you just have him stand next to the mines, the rifts, and he'll kill the rifts, and then deep tunnel back.
You just have to click very accurately, otherwise you could just deep tunnel close to a pack of mines.
You pretty much press D and click the rift, and you'll spawn next to it, and you hit it, and there shouldn't be any mines very close to you.
So letter.
I put him in, I would say, because he's very good against void rifts, I put him in B. But the early game is extremely rough.
All right. How about you, Herman?
So for Abathur, if the AI is third, you can get enough biomass for the enemies in the first shard. But if they are Terran or Protoss, you kind of need to wait, after, you need to lure out the enemy there, and also killing the first, the first attack wave. That might be enough for the first brutal. But just back for a Zerg AI it's just, and it would be easy for Abathur in this one. So I think the way we use Abathur here is to definitely use Brutalist to kill the Void Rifts, and we probably want Leviathan and Guardian to try to snipe shards for the third and fourth set. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Or you can just do the usual pushing, it's also fine, but you need to watch your army. Hold position if you see the mines, or else your brutalists just walk on mines and they probably just die. I will also say B tier, just watch out for mines. Yeah.
All right, and it's probably lower if you have the third prestige on. Let's move on.
It's definitely, yeah.
Alarak, where do we have him?
So Alarak versus Void Rift P3 is quite essential.
Essential.
Have a mothership is really good for early game. You can get your mothership about like 234 or 35. Mothership is an air unit. So if there is a mine like on the pass, you probably can just try to flank and get the Void Rifts. And the way you clear mines, there are some ways you can use Havoc, which is the sentry and destroyers, or sentry and what's that called?
Wrathwalkers? Ascendants?
No, Wrathwalker is too slow for early game. I would say Slayers.
Slayers.
Yes. Or you can use a prism and put a Havoc in it, and then when you see the mines, drop the Havoc and then overcharge your prism. That's another way, but
Just get good.
it's kind of slow. That's what I want to say. And I think that we should use the prism plus overcharge to try to snipe snipe shards. So that we don't need to push some enemy, some territories.
Some
So
bases.
yes, some bases. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because on this map it's really easy because we just need to get the shards and we win. Yeah, that's all. We don't need to kill the enemies. Yeah, I would say he is like B tier for this week.
Okay, how about you, Tutu?
I also put him in B. If you have P3, if you don't have P3, it's gonna be lower, like probably D.
Probably D.
It's a lot worse. Mothership, like you can fly over the
Terrain.
edges of cliffs, the terrain, and it can take a few Widowmine shots without losing any health. So that you can pretty much reach one of the first rifts easily. And if another rift is near your natural, you can overcharge a pylon and kill it as well, and like destroy your rocks while you're at it.
That'll work.
I use the Invisible Havoc plus Mothership to clear, and to control rifts, you have several groups of 4 to 5 destroyers, and you just like right-click rifts as they spawn near your groups. So you can't F2 if you want to control rifts well. You cannot F2, especially since you might fly over some mines that you haven't cleared yet.
Yes.
But and for attack, I used War Prism plus Mothership. Later on, Mothership doesn't need to clear, and Mothership can go on offense.
On its own?
So the Mothership will go in, clear most of the stuff, and destroyers will hit the shards.
All right. So
And I
letter.
said B.
Oh, okay.
I said B first.
And without prestige, it's D.
Anything that's not P3 would be like D.
Without the
Yes.
mothership, it goes down to D. Arcturus, where do we have him?
This is his map, and but the early game build order is kind of like interesting, because you don't start with early barracks as you usually do. You want to get early eBay and get the drop pod upgrade. If you're this is for P3. So the good thing is that 2 to 3 armed troopers standing next to a rift, like if lings or something pop out and then your dude dies, it will just blow up the rift plus the ling, and like you need 2 explosions to kill the rift. So any far rifts, you can just drop a few dudes, arm them, and let them die, and
That's
the rift will be
inhumane.
gone. Yeah. Then for the first rifts, you use like 4 ESOs at your main, and then for the rest of the map, you go to ESO Island, but you need to like
Clear it.
sacrifice some dudes to figure out where it's safe. The easiest way is to wait for a rift to spawn there, and then you drop some dudes to kill the rift, and you know that there's nothing near the rift. Then you can like clear from there.
How many contaminated strikes do you need to clear it? Too many?
The mines?
The mines?
No, you build a turret and then you drop a bunker next to it.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
I don't use contaminated strikes on mines.
So letter.
I put them in A.
Okay. How about you, Herman?
Okay, so for Minsk, this is his map. But Minsk versus Void Rift, we can't really just build ESO like in the beginning. Like we need to have at least have some bunkers and have something to snipe rifts for the early game. I would say I don't think I have anything to add. Just like defend your home well and use ESOs to push. Like after you defend your home well, you start getting ESOs. In Tutu's way, P3 is definitely essential here. So I'm thinking if we don't have P3, we can only like drop a trooper and maybe drop a bunker at the far rifts. I'm not really sure about that, because if we don't start with barrack factory starport, we probably don't have a lot of mandate. So for now, non P3 is probably a big problem, I think.
Could be. So letter.
Yeah. also A, I think.
Can't you guys
Non
just
P3 would be lower.
Can't you just build Earth Splitters at Player 1's expansion? I thought that could reach almost all the shards either way.
You can reach everything except the last area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can do that if there are no mines there. And you need to defend it because, like, the enemies from the rifts will go to, like, the nearest building. So if they spawn far away and you don't clear them, they'll attack the left base, the left natural.
That makes sense.
So you need to, as long as you have
Yeah,
enough
like you need to
defense,
defend
you'll be-
there because when ESO like attack Amon, they will see where the ESOs are. So that's probably the closest structure to the Void Rifts.
All right. Anyway, so both of you say A. Let's have. I actually have an S because it's Arcturus, but both of you say A. Dehaka, where do we have him?
Dehaka, his early game, if he runs into mines, it's just you can't stop the rifts. His detection is so late because you have to get to level 5. You pretty much have to wait till primal worms. So you can uproot to primal wardens. They don't trigger the mines, and you can kill any rifts that are near your side, I guess. But you can't handle both early on if there are mines in the way. Later on, you'll just get creeper hosts, and you'll eventually snipe everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I used P2. I normally use P3 for rifts, but I used P2. I tried it for one time to see what it's like, and it was nice. So if there are too far rifts, you don't actually have to deal with them. You can leave them alone. But ideally, you want to like get vision so you can deep tunnel or summon a greater primal worm. But without vision of that area, you just can't. Once you have vision, then you can just summon stuff and kill them.
Yeah, makes sense.
As for the mission, you just creeper host snipe all the shards, and it's really easy.
Yeah, it's like Arcturus.
Yeah, I put him in B.
How about you, Herman?
Oh, okay. So for Dehaka, I also think he's like B tier. So like if you really want to be safe, you can build up to like 16 workers and then stop. And you build like 2 wardens, like just for the first rift, if you want. But it's not really necessary to do that.
Do you think 2 primal wardens can stop the first 2 rifts?
Not 2. You can stop one of them.
It's 2 wardens, like for the rifts.
Yes, that's what I was asking. Two primal wardens can stop the 2 first rifts.
One of the first rifts.
Oh, one. You use both wardens to fight the same rift. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we can do if there are mines on the path of 2 rifts. That's what we can do. Yeah, I mean that's what the Dehaka can do. Because he just have really worse detection. Before like 4 minutes. So
yes.
Yeah.
Horrendous detection.
Yeah. You use the Dehaka definitely. You use the Dehaka for the first attack wave, and you can use it to like eat some trickles. I would say you want to build at least like 5 primal worms just to like deep tunnel to try to clear mines. And then like you defend your base well. And then you get creeper holes, snipe everything.
So letter.
Just watch out like when you're walking to the destination. Don't lose them.
Yes.
For mines. Yes.
Letter.
Also B tier. Yes. Also
all right.
B tier.
I actually had him in A, but both of you say B, so there we have it. Phoenix, where do we have him?
Okay, so for Fenix, his detection is okay-ish after 4 minutes because you have your Abathur and you can use it to clear mines. So I would say usually versus, so there's like some kind of difference. Versus rifts, we usually start with Caudalis and Talus. But versus mines, we usually get our Warbringer first and get an observer to like clear mines. But both of them exist. So I would say you probably want to still start with Caudalis and Talus because it's definitely faster than Warbringer.
Plus, you can just defend with them until Phoenix is ready.
Yeah, that also works. Yeah, and then you can defend the first attack wave.
Yeah.
So and later on, you use your top bars to get like bar rifts, and you use Kaldarin and your like some of your champions. Like you just try to split some, and then to just try to control the map.
All right.
And for the main objective, well, I think just use like Caudalis and your Warbringer should be fine. You definitely need the observer if your arbiter isn't there.
Definitely.
I would say he is like C tier for this week.
How about you, Tutu?
So I started with Caldalis Taldarin. Caldalis and Taldarin. So I remember I killed one rift because it was close by, and I let the other one live because it was too far.
Defended by
and
mines.
basically like survive. And
Yeah.
then once I have Arbiter suit, then I can use like Dragoon suit to clear the 5-minute wave plus any mines in the area.
Makes sense.
And yeah, so I could use the fireball. And later on, in the mid game, Phoenix becomes Tychus Lone Wolf because I had each champion on a separate key controlling a different area. And yeah, I had Warbringer at ESO Island, I had Taldarin at the Allies base, and then I had Caldalis Talus together for the middle, and I had Mojo and Clolarian to kill the shards.
The main objectives.
Yes, and once you kill the enemies near the shards, you can use the weak scout shells to deal extra damage.
That's a lot of control.
Since nothing's gonna hurt them anyways. So I had like a bunch of scout shells just to deal extra damage.
That's a lot of control grouping.
You can also cloak your arbiter to use Caldalis to clear mines, as long as there are no like overseers nearby. You can do that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
I put him in C because it's a heavy like control requirement.
Okay, if you guys both have Phoenix in C, that makes me feel better about Artanis in C. That sounds fair. Hot and Horner, where do we have him?
Hot Horner, surprisingly easy.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly easy. I did this in I think 2 tries. It took 2 tries. So
airstrikes.
The first I use P2, but you can use P1.
Interesting.
So you use the galleons, and then they can of course fly over the edges where there are gonna be most likely no mines. You can kind of peek ahead and see if there are any mines. If there are no mines, then you drop like 2 Reapers, and you can drop 2 Reapers, not Reapers, Hellions, and the other one you can drop 2 Widow Mines, not Widow Mines, 2 Mag Mines plus the other Galleon.
SCV to provide.
Yeah. Later on, get the fusion core by 6 minutes so that you can upgrade the fire before 820, and then you can double tap every rift that appears, and every extra strike will be used to like help clear mines or like static defense affect the battle cruisers. I use P2 plus battle cruisers. I did get Viper pulled many times, and I lost like 2 battle cruisers to Viper pulls because I forgot to kill them. But yeah, I think Han Horner is A.
Oh, interesting. Aren't they enemy comp dependent here, or does anything?
You have
work?
mag mines later on. You just camp them, like whatever they are, you just kill them.
Yeah, because you kill the rifts faster enough so that the trickles probably won't trigger the mag.
All right, and if the enemy is your air, they just sometimes skip the bridge that goes to the second shard area, and they just kind of go straight for player 2's expansion. Do you just adopt the same strategy and just delay putting your mines until they are?
That would be like the late game, but yes,
the late game. Anyway, so how about you, Herman?
Okay, so I think he also belongs to A tier. Congratulations.
Awesome. I was actually ready. I was actually prepared with a speech to try and defend Hot and Horner, but you guys did that for me, so great. Unanimous A tier. Awesome.
Just Strike Fighter is really good against Void Rift.
Okay.
Sometimes Strike Fighter can be sniped out if the AI is Terran and there are a lot of hit scan. So Strike Fighter might die, but that's like really small possibility. So yeah, Strike Fighter is just really good. You can just use 2 Strike Fighter with fire against 1. So like for mid late game you have 10 and you use 8 for all the rifts. And if you have like Hellions or Reapers like spread on the map, you can just save 2 for the shards or just for the attack wave. That also works.
Yes, that'll work.
Yeah,
I think
I'm thinking Race probably also works because they are cloaked. Race or Battlecruiser is definitely working here. And the Strike Fighter is really good for mines as well because if you have the fire upgrades, it also just one shot I think you use 2 like for one certain area of mines, and at least the Widow mines one that exists. And it's probably 1 or 2 spider mines remains, but your army is flying, so it's air units. So
they get hit by Widow mines.
Yeah, just get rid of the Widow mines. Also A tier is.
All right, Karax, where do we have him?
Karax. Well, Karax have you can build your cannon everywhere, and you have observer. It's really good, and you use P3. I think the only problem for Karax is that if the first rift spawn like really far behind,
If it's
like
defended by,
in the middle of the first and second set.
yeah, if you have to go
Otherwise
through
it
mines,
won't
it'll
be a
be
problem.
difficult.
Yeah. Yes.
So, letter.
Because of this thing is really has a really small possibility to happen, and you can just use your top bar for everything, for
Yes.
attack wave, for the main objective, and for the void waves.
Yes.
So I think Karax should be an easy S for this week.
All right. How about you, Tutu?
I used mirages. So later on, you use mirages to poke. There's like free sliver damage. Every purifier beam after the first one will be like, actually no, pretty much every purifier beam is for clearing an area so that your mirages get free shots. And then early game is easy. You also have an extra shot in case the Widow Mine hits your stuff or your ally stuff. You can spread observers everywhere, snipe everything with 5 shots, and you still have a lot left to like burn down mines with solar lance, burn down attack waves. So yeah, I put him in S.
All right, just to clarify, when you say use solar bombardment to clear the bases, you mean static defense that shoots up and anti-air, right? So that your mirages have free
Yes.
reign. All right,
and mines.
So when you use purifier beam, don't stick the purifier beam on top of a shard and call it a day. That won't do anything. You have to move your purifier beam to snipe the static defense and the anti-air, so your phoenixes or mirages have free reign. Yeah, Sticks Better said that Karax is pretty much the top of S this week, so it's kind of unanimous. Kerrigan, where do we have him?
Kerrigan, she is good against Minesweeper after 10 minutes, but before you might not last until 10 minutes.
Yes.
Because if mines, like the Kerrigan, super bad on this map because early wave, her Zerglings and Sunkens or Spines are crap. And if you have to go out to clear a rift, if there are mines, you can't do that. If you have to just hold on for dear life, your economy will suffer. If the attack wave is strong with like vultures or something, you might lose a few buildings.
You
plus
might.
the heavy onslaught, like being unable to clear a rift early is really painful. Also, if you're not P3, it's even worse because you're short ranged, so you might just like slide into some mines and die.
Even if you are the third prestige Desolate Queen, Kerrigan has a tendency to just walk into mines after using a kinetic blast.
Yeah, her attack is like range 3, so she'll just try to attack what she can see or something. I put Kerrigan in D.
All right, how about you, Herman?
Okay, so I think like if you want to use Kerrigan for this week, it's kind of a bet. So if you think you can survive before 10 minutes, just use P0 or P3. But like if you think you can't survive before 10 minutes, you can use P2. Because P2 is like before 10 minutes is fine for mines. You have the zip like for the mines. But I mean like there are like early attack wave and you really have nothing in early game. You can use spines, and you definitely need Zerglings for the first for the first rift. But if they spawn behind mines, if you cannot like jump down a cliff and then climb up, it's probably you just can't do anything before your Kerrigan is out. So
yes, you'll die before you can get to do anything.
I would say she is probably D tier. Yeah.
All right, D is fine. Nova, where do we have him?
Oh, for Nova, well, you have like 4 Marines for the first attack wave and the
Void
Void
Rifts.
Rifts. Yeah, but if they are behind mines, you probably just can only use so you use Marines, and you probably can get a Raven at that time, and you use like 1 Ravens and 1 or 2 defense drones and 4 Marines to defend. And after your Nova is out, you use your sabotage drone first, and then don't forget to upgrade the detection upgrade for Nova.
Of course.
And then you just go to clear rifts if there are no mines. If there is mines, you just need to blast them first, and then just go to try to kill the mines. That's for P1. I mean, yeah, that's for P1. And for P3, well, you will have 4 Marines and 2 Halbas and 1 or 2
no.
defense drone. Yeah. And after your hero is out, just sabotage drone
The
shards,
mines.
mines, and warriors. Yeah, so I think P3 also works for this week.
Letter.
And for far rifts, you can also use banshees. Latter, I would say probably she can be 8 here. I think. Yeah.
A. Okay.
A.
How about you, Tutu?
Oh man, I think I don't think her early game is really good because there's a chance you get overwhelmed even before Nova comes out. Especially if the attack wave moves quickly, you can't use submarines even if there are no mines. You can't like drop Marines, kill a rift, and make it back without like them reaching your base. If the enemy is slow, you may be able to do that, but if they're fast, you can't do that. And then so your stuff's gonna get hit. I only tried this like 2 or 3 times, and I decided I don't think I can do this. At least I need to try a few more, but this was one of the hard ones. Later on, you get banshees. You need to control them the same way that Alarak's destroyers are controlled. You just cut 2 banshees in different areas, right-click rifts as they show up,
All right.
and then shards you get liberators. But so once you survive to like the mid game, you're fine. So I put her in B.
Okay, that's way better than Kerrigan. Anyway, what do you? Wait. So Herman, you said A. Tutu, you said B. So, do either of you want to compromise, or do you want to insist on your given tiers?
I don't think she's A, because even after she comes out, you gotta like work. Whereas the A's, you like double tap the objective or the rifts and they're gone. And you drop some explodey dudes and they're gone.
They're
The rifts
gone.
are
Okay.
easily controlled.
Yeah, that's kind of different. Yeah, it's kind of different. Like you need to wait for your sabotage zone if you're P3, and if you're not P3, yeah, you just need to do some work at least.
Letter.
Okay. I
A or
think
B?
yeah, B should be fine for her. At least B. Yeah.
All right. I did have Nova in A, but since both of you said B, let's put him in B. Raynor, where do I have him?
Oh, Raynor is interesting. Normally for this with mines and stuff, you want to use P3. I use P1 because I can.
Because you can.
I used P1 because it's
Interesting.
funny. It's very funny. I basically had like I cleared mines with Banshees and Hyperion and the scan. I got an early orbital so I could scan.
That's incredible.
And then later on, I had like hit squads in I had squads in 4 different areas, and then I dropped Marines in the back, the top left shard, and I moved to the right one. So I killed all the shards with Marines and medics and Marauders. I killed the far one with Banshees plus a Hyperion. So controlling the rifts, normally with P3, what you do is you defend until you get Duskwings, and then you can, since your Duskwings are cloaked, you can kill the rifts easily. Just right click them. And then you slowly like mass Banshees, or you put Banshees or battle cruisers in key areas, and you snipe the rifts. Defense is really rough, especially since early on P3 has very little. So you got to be on top of everything, on top of defense and top bar usage in order to do just moderately well. I don't recommend using P1 because if the enemy is strong, you're going to get run over. I put Raynor in D because every time you scan, you lose money.
So your strategy for Raynor is just basically play like Lila.
Kind of.
How about you, Herman?
Yeah, I would say he's also like the D tier for this week.
All right. Stat Boy, where do we have him?
Well, for Stepboy, Stepboy are really good against mines. Silver Guardian detection unit. But against Void Rift, well, I think CG, you know that Stepboy versus Void Rift is not a good
Not
high
good.
metal. Yeah, like either way you get links or you get spine crawlers. And the attack wave is really early, and you don't have your heroic unit out. Like I think you can just like switch to green zone and probably hold if you can't really fight back with your links. Every time there are rifts spawn, you use your Gary zone to try to reach the far rifts, and you put some satellite there. And then later on, you can get investors, Or you can use corruptors to snipe, just snipe the shards. It also works.
That'll work.
And probably split links around the map at some point, at some positions. But it's like a lot of process. So I would say, and he definitely don't have a good early game. I would say he is like B tier this week.
B tier. How about you, Tutu?
Mostly the same thing. He's once you have control of your side, which is everything around the first
Two
shard,
sets. Yeah.
that whole area, well, you can control that pretty easily. Once you have control of that, things get much easier. I didn't use corruptors, so I actually went up like front door, and because I wanted to use my lings, and I didn't use infestors. I pretty much only made lings and hydras.
All right.
And yeah, so Gary does everything basically, and then with speed, you can run around and kill the rifts and get back to work soon. You can also put spines, like spread spine crawlers, so that you can automatically get rid of a few that pop up nearby.
It'll also work.
I put him in B as well. I will say, if you watch my run, when I beat this, there were about 10 to 12 rifts on the map that I did not clear because I had to all in.
Stukov, where do we have him?
Stukov is probably the worst Void Rifts commander of all.
He's not great against mines either.
Yes, so he will probably use, if you use P3, you're gonna do like a whole lot of nothing, because P3 takes a while to ramp up, and your dudes will just get killed by mines unless you get a detector.
You're gonna do a whole lot of dying.
Yeah, you do a whole lot of doing nothing. If you can use P1, but you want a P1 rush Banshees. Banshees are good against the Rift, but they suck against everything else. You have to basically open with a bunker to survive, repair it to death, repair it forever as long as possible. I don't think you can afford 2 bunkers. So if they hit you from the front and the side, I don't know how you're going to defend that. So it's you need good control with Banshees to clear rifts, and that's assuming you get that far. You can defend against attack waves, but if they're air, then you're gonna need more bunkers. I think Stukov is C, maybe even E.
Okay, how about you, Herman?
I think he's like an E tier for this week though. Yeah, like you need to wait till your apocalypse is at least like 4 minutes, and then you can start use your apocalypse to snipe rifts.
And then it gets sniped by the mines.
Try to snipe some mines, and you need to use Banshee really well, and you probably also want to have like 1 to 2 queens to give your Banshee detection if you need detection, like to clear mines. But they are cloaked, so as long as there are not like observers or overseers, mines want to shoot them, but just in case, you probably want 1 or 2 queens to give detection.
Yeah,
and you just and you just use some tanks and bunkers to defend your base. If there are some air unit, because there will be air units from the rifts if you don't clear them, clear them fast enough after 10 minutes. So have like 1 to 2 missile turrets is better.
All right, let's have him in E. Swann, where do we have him?
So Swann, Swann, he like there's mines, so the pushing is probably slower.
Yes.
Very slow. But at least you can defend your base well because your turrets are really good.
But mines don't hit buildings.
Yeah, and mines don't hit buildings. Like you can just defend your base well, and you like for the first war rift, you can just float your factory and hold position right on top of the rifts and use your laser drill to kill it. Yeah, Swann can deal with the first attack wave really easy, and they can deal with trickles. The turret is just really good. But I'm not really sure about like the pushing part. I'm thinking about Wraith. But I mean, you definitely need to use your top bars to clear like the mines like beside the shards so that you can snipe the shards. I would say he is like a B tier for this week.
B. How about you, Tutu?
I used every pulse cannon to clear the area around shards. So like you place the pulse cannon so that you hit the edges, and once you pulse cannon, you teleport a Herc and you pulse cannon, and after you do that, you know for sure there are no mines there. So Wraiths get free shots on the shards. Every pulse cannon will be used to clear an area around the edge, so you can fly in with Wraiths safely. Swann can actually hold on on like if you leave like 2 or 3 rifts alone and because you can't get them, he still won't die because his static D is so strong.
Static D is so static.
Yeah. And concentrated beam, every 3 minutes you can get rid of a rift. You just shoot it, and any incidental like mines nearby
also
will
gone.
also die. If you're lucky, you have 2 rifts lined up and they both die to one shot. I put Swann in A.
A. Ooh, what do you think, Herman?
Oh, there's one more thing. As I said earlier, the rifts don't spawn near mines, so you can teleport a Herc next to a rift and hold position. Then you drill the rift.
Yeah,
to
it's
death.
like 10 seconds if you have level 3 drill. Yeah, it's like.
So what do you think, Herman?
Yeah, I think he can be A tier though, because this map is not that hard, and Swann's.
So since you
defense-
mentioned concentrated beam and pulse can, I assume that this works without prestige.
Yes.
All right, so A it is. Tychus, where do we have him?
Tychus, instead of pushing with Tychus as you normally do, you push with Sirius to clear mines. And then once you have your area under control, you wait for the Odin to nuke the areas near shards, and then Sam kills them. So yeah, basically what I had is Sam goes to ESO Island after Sirius clears there first. Like he gets there slowly and then clears all the mines there. Then Sam stays there. Nux stays at the Allies base, and then Tychus and Sirius stay in the middle so that they can take on attack waves. And then when Odin comes, you nuke an entire area and you throw Sam grenades and kill shards easily. So I put him in S.
Interesting. I hate to see this. How about you, Herman?
Moonwolf is definitely S tier for this week. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Normally people will think that Tychus himself is not good against mines, but you have a lot of damage reduction. So if you get like 1 or 2 shots, it's fine. Just throw 2 grenades, like mines will disappear. And after you get the gears for the grenade damage, 1 shot they will die. Yeah,
All right.
also S tier.
Just to clarify, Tutu, do you know the times and exact locations of where you use the big red button? Do you use it on
yes.
the first big red button? I assume you use it on the second set of shards.
Yes.
The second big red button, you use it on the third set. You don't go through the middle base. You just go straight to the third set. So you kind of, I assume you float a command center or something so you can get vision for the Odin?
No.
Sam can hang out at the left side of ESO Island and you get vision and you drop the Odin.
Oh, so that's enough. That's enough to get vision for the Odin to drop straight into the base.
Yes.
Then
Kerrigan can jump over there too.
And then nuke it from there.
Yes.
And then
the last one.
Same place.
The fourth set.
All right, both of you say S. Oh wait. By the way, without prestige, does Tychus stay in S?
Oh no.
No.
No way.
All right. So
without, he'd probably be like B.
B without prestige. All right. Fair.
B. He's not that bad.
So Vorazun, where do we have him?
Vorazun, can't really see because you don't have a really good detection. Time stop is your
only offense.
early detection. I think. Yes. But fortunately your shadow guard is close. So and the first attack wave won't have detection unit. You just use your first shadow guard well. You probably want to use a dark pylon wall for your own base, to just like keep safe because you don't have anything before 3 minutes. Later on, so you can just walk your Dark Templars on the map because they are cloaked. And you build some like cannons in your base, just like I think that the important thing is to snipe down the detection unit, else it will just go to find your Dark Templar around the map. You don't want that. So like in the mid game, like mid-late game, every time stop you will finish, like you can snipe a lot of shards, I would say. So use your time stop well, and just don't forget to build some cannons in your base because you will float a lot of minerals. I would say she is a C tier, or wait, so she can be B tier for this. this week in my mind.
Okay, how about you, Tutu?
If the enemy is Terran, it'll be a lot easier because they'll send detectors later. If they're not
Yes.
Terran, it's a little harder. Because you don't want to like float your oracles trying to kill mines, and then Overseer says hi, and then the Widow mine kills your oracle. Now everyone is blind. So, but yeah, the plan is pretty much the same. Unfortunately, I don't think you can dark pylon the entrance and guarantee that you're safe, because if the rifts spawn to the sides, they'll come in from the side. And
So that's why I said dark pylon
Yeah.
your own. Yes.
yeah, so you got dark pylon your own pace, but your ally will get wrecked. So hopefully they don't die,
That's
or they can do
true.
something. But yeah,
Yeah.
I put Vorazun in B also.
All right, without prestige, still B.
Yeah, you do the same thing. You want small hit
Your
squads.
Tychus will be weaker
Yeah.
because there will be no shadow gun.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So
Probably
worse
a
B.
lower B.
All
Yeah,
right.
it will be low B. Like it's just clear the mines and rifts. I mean the shards slower.
All right.
But the main strategy is same.
Zagara, where do we have him?
Oh man, Zagara. P3. If you're not P3, she'll probably be D or E.
D or E?
If she is P3, she can deep tunnel just like Abathur to far rifts, and there should be no mines nearby. You slowly kill minefields with the help of overseers, and once you have control of your side, you can build lots of spines. You want some links to like patrol to help out for mobility and stuff. Free Banes can help with attack waves. Oh, and if you watched my run, I killed 4 of the 10 shards with bio launchers.
Hey, I was waiting for that.
4 of the 10 shards were killed by bio launchers.
Awesome.
I wonder if you can guess which ones. You
I'm
can kill 4 of the
guessing
10.
the one close to Player 2's expansion. There's another one of the third set near the Earth Splitter Island. The fourth set, 2 of them are near Earth Splitter Island, so that's 4 of them.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, exactly.
What do I
So
win?
you just drop creep, build 2-3 bio launchers, and just hit them. And since they're far enough, they don't draw aggro. You deep tunnel to the back left one, the top left one, and then you kill it with Hunter Killers plus
Yeah.
Zagara, and the third set's easy.
Third set's
Then
easy.
fourth set, you have 2 on your side. You gotta clear the Brew Lords though, because you'll draw aggro. So you gotta clear some of the stuff there. And then the last 2, I use Scourge.
Yeah,
So,
Scourge.
then. But yeah, as for letter, I put Zagara in B.
B. How about you, Herman?
Because yeah,
I saw she is also B tier for this week.
Wow.
If there are mines in the middle, if you don't have your dip tunnel ready, because it's like 20 seconds cooldown, right?
You might as
Yeah, dip
well
tunnel.
rename this tier list video to B or not to B, because everyone's in B. But anyway, both of you say B without prestige, still B. Oh,
no,
No
B or
way.
E?
No
All
way
right.
though.
All right.
Like
she's like trash.
yeah.
She's like
like
E
trash.
if you're not.
She's like
not-
Stukov.
Maybe not E, D. I would say D. Because you
Stukov's
can't
worse.
clear mines with anything except
Stukov's still
Zagara.
worse.
Just use your fading barrage like slowly to clear mines. Yeah.
We're Stuky. Anyway, Zeratul, where do we have him?
Kinda is good.
Cannon's good.
I think he can be S tier.
All right. How about you, Tutu?
I put him in A. I didn't put him in S because the first rifts, like in the beginning, if you want to go to cannon path, you don't want to build stalkers. But if you only build cannons, you might lose them because there's so many enemies. So you might need a legion. But if the legion is like stopped by mines, then that's unfortunate. If you use a legion to defend and kill one rift, that's good. But if you can't reach any of the rifts, you might not last till 4 minutes. But once you get to 4 minutes, it's pretty easy. Cannons are good. You spread observers, and then you just
Win.
Yeah, you just three
only
projections
parts
per rift. That's what I do. Yeah.
Before 4 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so Herman,
I said A.
Yeah. So Herman, are you gonna try to convince Tutu of S, or did you just give in to A?
Okay, I think that's like a really small possibility. Like if
Yeah,
like
it's kind
two
of
rifts spawn behind mine. Yeah, like if they spawn behind mine, like your stalkers cannot go there as well.
yeah. That's why Tutu said he doesn't deserve S, because he's not foolproof like the other guys who are in S. But then again,
Yeah.
Karax also kind of depends on the first 2 shards not being behind mines.
But you don't have to kill them. Like Karax won't die if you don't kill the first 2 shots.
Just put cannons and you'll be fine.
Like you can hold on for quite some time.
All right. I guess the same
Tychus
goes for
won't die.
Tychus. Yeah.
Because once 3 minutes hits, you can kill everything.
Yeah, I guess serious. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think, Herman?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Like
All right.
the problem will be really.
I was also on the fence between A and S. Ultimately, if it's not unanimous, it's not S. So there you have it. All the guys are now in tiers. All of them are in deep tiers. Who's best in S, Karax or Tychus?
Karax is easier because you don't have to move once you set up your stuff and rifts just spawn next to your cannons. Tychus is overall stronger because he can handle more rifts that are left alone.
All right. Do you agree, Herman?
I think, yeah, probably Karax should be better than Tychus because it's easier. And
Okay,
yeah.
so
That's
what
only P3 Karax.
what Tutu is saying is
Yeah,
that
that's only for P3 Karax and the P2 Tychus. Yes.
okay. So do we put Karax or Tychus?
Karax.
I think Karax, yes.
All right. So Karax top of S, and then Tychus. Who's top of
Unity
A?
barrier is good too.
Unity
Zeratul.
barriers to Zeratul.
Zeratul.
Yeah, he was an S candidate, so let's put him top of A. Who's next?
Manx.
Arcturus?
Manx, Han, Horner, Swann.
All right.
Yeah, I
Arcturus,
think this order is.
Han and Horner, and then Swann. All right, that's fair. Oh, Han and Horner's top 5 commander. Amazing. Who's top of B?
Huh.
If AI is third, I would say Abathur.
Yeah, Zerg, you say Abathur?
I say the safest one, most reliable one is Alarak.
Oh yeah, because you have a huge anchor at 2 minutes 30 seconds. You have the mothership.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Alarak top of B. Who's next?
They're all like here for a reason. They're not that bad, but they're not that good. So this one's tough. Let's see.
Probably Nova.
You think Nova? Yeah, if you have third prestige for Nova, once Nova comes out, you just kind of walk around, destroy stuff without being seen. You also have more frequent nukes, so you can kind of do the big red button strategy, except with Nova. I can see that.
Then
Yeah, I'm okay with Nova being second. And then Vorazun, because you can still do the time stop snipe. Every time stop you have Shadow Guard, just group them up and have them right click a shard each.
I think if you're using Vorazun, your ally probably suffer a lot. If you're like using a Dark Pylon War for your own base, but not your ally.
So
it's like
does
you can
that-
give them a dark pylon, but if they don't know how to build, they
Yeah,
can't
they
use
don't know
it.
how to build this stuff, and their unit probably don't have blink, so yeah, they
You're
can't
gonna
get
trap
all.
them. Can't expand. It's trapped inside.
Uh,
Stetboy? Dehaka?
Stetman's like because it's this map, Stetmann against Rifts is not that bad since many of them will spawn on your side.
Yeah.
yeah,
And he clears
That's-
mines really easily.
Yeah, alright.
yeah, let's give Stetboy.
Stetboy.
Yeah,
Third in B.
then Vorazun or Abathur or Zagara. I think the Dehaka should be the boss.
Bottom? Okay.
Yeah.
Abathur, Vorazun, Zagara. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this order.
Okay.
Alarak,
Okay.
Nova, Stetboy, Abathur, Vorazun, Zagara, then Dehaka. Who's top of C?
Artanis.
Artanis. Alright.
Arcturus.
Yeah, alright. Then D, who's better between Raynor and Kerrigan?
Raynor, because he can
Raynor.
at least defend
Oh yeah,
early on.
he won't die
Yes.
immediately. Alright, so that's the rankings for this week. How about synergies? Do we have combinations of B or lower? Who might be better than an S tier? I think Artanis.
Artanis, Raynor, Guardian Shell.
Yeah, Garden. Not just the
Yeah,
Garden.
that works
Yeah.
for all weeks, I think. Yeah.
And I think Artanis and Kerrigan could also work because Artanis can help Kerrigan survive the first wave and help her survive till 10 minutes. And once 10 minutes hits, she has immobilization wave and Omega Worms. So I think that'll be pretty good. I think Artanis is pretty good with pretty much anyone. Also Stetboy. Stetboy can match well with most of these guys.
No one
Nova-
matches with Stukov.
no one matches
You
with
stay
Stukov.
down there.
Yeah, it's like someone good against mines and someone good against warriors and combine them together. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. If you can, if Artanis can help Abathur get to the mid game, then he's all good. That's his job done, right? Because
Yeah,
Abathur
the
just-
Guardian Shell, if you're not using P3, Guardian Shell can save Brutalists.
Yeah, but I prefer having Archon dudes just to.
Yeah, P3 is better.
All right, I think that's the tier list for this week. All right, guys, watch Tutu and Herman's channels. I will link them down below, and I will see you guys next time.